Hey everyone. So I wanted to make a video on this particular knife that I recently found, well, the knife that's inside of this box that I recently found. And it is, as you could tell by the title, a counterfeit knife. I bought this on DealExtreme.com knowing that it was a counterfeit knife. There's many on there. And first off, I've never bought a Boker knife, to be honest, but I don't believe that it actually comes in this box. I don't think that this is an accurate packaging for a real Boker, but this is how the counterfeit came. So let's open it up. This is about $5, and here it is. Now, you know, it's got the branding on it, but I don't, unless I'm completely missing something, I couldn't find a knife that Boker Plus makes that is similar to this. I think that this is just a completely made up design. It's somehow, why did I say somehow? It's somewhat reminiscent of the Boker Plus Subcom in terms of size and shape to an extent. The real Subcom is rectangular back here, and when you open the blade, it's not rounded at the tip like that, and it actually has a thumb stud there. There's some other differences, you know, the handle is different, but in terms of size, I think that's what they were going for. So it says on the blade here, let me get this to focus. There we go, 154 cm. So I'm assuming that that's the steel that was used. Who knows if that's actually the steel that was used or whether it's just stamped on there. Obviously they could stamp anything they want on there. It's a counterfeit, so they're not being honest in the first place. But here's what kind of tips it off. The first thing you notice before you even open the blade, I haven't showed it yet, the pocket clip. Now, I don't think that a reputable knife company would use a pocket clip like this under any circumstances. It's so flimsy. Like, I feel like if I pulled that anymore, I feel like it would just snap off, honestly. It's so flimsy, and it's literally just wire. It's horrible. I don't even trust it to hold it in my pocket. The second thing, right there, Taiwan. I don't believe, if I'm not mistaken, Bokers are made in Germany. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So yeah, I mean, obviously a counterfeit, basically. And you could tell it from the second you get the box. Now, looking at this as an actual knife, past the whole idea of it being counterfeit, we know that at this point. It's still interesting, and the reason that I bought it was to still look at its capabilities as a knife and to see how it works and see how it stacks up against the competition. I don't have a real Subcom. I wish I did, because I would put them side by side and do some side-by-side comparisons. I'll just give you a close-up look at the knife. Just go into different parts of it here. Liner lock. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to look at when I got this knife initially was the lockup and see if it's strong. And it actually is, surprisingly. There's very, very little wiggle. And the liner lock in there goes almost to the other side of the blade. I actually have a M-Tech knife. One second, let me get it. Oh, this is horrible. I should have planned this. Okay, I actually have an M-Tech knife where you could easily hurt yourself. The lockup barely locks up, and if you just put any pressure on it, it closes up. So that's dangerous. So one thing I do like about this is that the liner lock is actually locking it, as opposed to that, you know, you can see it's further over. Another thing that I wanted to look at was obviously the blade sharpness. And it is in fact very sharp, and I actually have been using it to do some random minor tasks. I haven't really taken it out with me or anything like that. You know, it's just served as a small pocket knife opening various things around the house, and it has worked pretty well, surprisingly, for a $5 counterfeit. But yeah, as I said, you know, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. You can get them on DealExtreme if you really want to. In my opinion, it's so much better to just buy the real thing. You know, support the real knife companies. Don't let these crappy counterfeits, for their benefits, you know, being cheap, overtake the market. And I actually may pick up a regular subcom because I want to check it out. I don't have any other knives that have this similar design, so it's it's something that I want to check out, basically. You know, the blade length on the real subcom is 1.875 inches, so you know, it's a small blade, but it's a fat blade, which makes it a pretty unique knife. So you know, I may want to check out that. But like I said, message here, for the cheapness, I guess it's a decent knife, you know, but it's honestly, if you look at how it's really put together, it's a piece of crap, and it's clearly counterfeit. And support the real knife companies. Go out and buy the real knife. You'll thank yourself for it later. It'll last you longer. And I do not doubt that if I used this for any hard tasks, the blade would dull out in a second, and I would start having problems with it. I don't even want to use it. So yeah, just a quick look at this. First counterfeit knife I've ever gotten, probably the last one. Don't really have any interest, rather get real knives. But just want to check it out for my own curiosity, make a video on it. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.